Does start position really affect the efficacy of your draw? Let's find out.
Magtech is the only Freedom seed I use on the range. I personally have over 100,000 rounds downrange of Magtech, and it's unbelievably reliable, very accurate, and a great value. Pick some up for your next range trip wherever you shop for range supplies.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Christopher Bean with Tactical Advantage, and today we're really going to talk about start positions for the draw. What inevitably happens, and what I see online and in the comments a lot, are people either detracting or promoting a certain start position. One side say it's cheating and you know, you're trying to kind of game the system by having a prep draw, predominantly from the hands at rest in front or the fig leaf position, and saying, well, you should do other things that happen in the real world. And that got me thinking, well, we should put that on a timer and see if there's really that much of a difference. Because I think if one practices the mechanics of draw in many different ways, many different start positions, it becomes really non-effectual, or within reason non-effectual. So I thought I'd give it kind of a shot today. I've got my Shooter's Global Timer right here, and we're just gonna do a couple draws, a couple different ways, and see if that time impact is really an issue, and if so, how much? Because really what bothers me about that is it's immediately detracting from someone that's using a regular start position, saying, well, you couldn't possibly have that mechanical motor process kind of drilled in to be effective in any other way, which I believe is a fallacy. So the only way to prove that out is to test it. So I think we'll do a series of maybe 5 draws just to alpha. I'm at about 6 yards from a target, full-size target with a full-size alpha. And I've got my laser cartridge in the gun, so I'll have both sight feedback and feedback from the target. Let's make sure I'm good to go here. Let's just kind of get a couple in. Not going to be pushing it, just a normal draw. Not trying to kind of run down for, you know, Instagram kind of times. Just my normal draw from warm up. So let's see. Okay, that's a 119. Let's get a couple more to validate. That one's probably gonna read, I hit my holster real hard, and these timers are so sensitive, they actually catch my reaction time, which I love, but that's not the number we're trying to get. Okay, 117, so there's 2 data points within 2 100ths. There's a 119, so we've got 3 data points on my regular draw, and that is the one I practice the most. So next we'll probably try hands up and see if that makes a difference. So we'll go from there. Okay, that was a 109. So still within a 10th. That was a 118. Let's get one more. That was a 123, so within the 5 100ths. So those two right now, at least at that pace, are really congruent. No, not much of a difference. So let's complicate it a little more. Let's maybe try hands on our head or hands above shoulders. I think I'll do hands on my head. That was a 120. Try again. $115. Try one more time, so we'll just stick with 3 data points each. Ooh, missed that one. Try one more. Okay, that was a 119. So again, all our data points are saying it's about the same. So now we'll try something in hands. that we have to release or drop to go for the draw. Do, 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 do. Okay, it actually caught the thing dropping. That's showing a 75, so this one might be hard to catch. $123. It's good. Let's see if we can get 2 more. It's showing at 82, but it wasn't an 82. That was that hitting the ground. So I'm figuring out it's probably still about a 120. So we'll try one more time. That was a 140. It was a little lazy coming off. I want to get one more good data point here. And again, it's reading it. Maybe I could try and find something soft. Let me see. See if that works any better. I just want one more data point. All right, 116. So that gives us there. So again, let's get a little more complicated with it. Maybe we'll try hands behind back. Let's try that. $123. $119. One more data point. $118. So what is this telling us? And what's the point I'm trying to make? A lot of times we read commentary or we think about the development of skill versus the application of skill. And we create this paradigm that any change would make something or render it ineffective. That's not true. So really what I'm trying to say is I practice multiple start positions. Really the only difference is wherever your hands are to there. So we're literally talking about a potential 10th. And I think one thing people learn as they develop skill is they can make up for that 10th somewhere else in the draw, either being more aggressive with how their hands get to the gun or less aggressive in the administrative portion of the draw. So hopefully I've proven that start position doesn't matter that much. And what bothers me about the people that think it does is they're doing the same thing that they're advocating against, where they pick one arbitrary position and they try and work from that because they believe that's what will present itself to them in a real world defensive encounter. I advocate for doing them all because you don't know. And then doing them all, understanding the data points and trying to get them all relatively consistent with each other so it doesn't matter. Your skill is releasable no matter how or what's presented to you. And hopefully that provides you with a favorable outcome. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Really introduce novelty in your training of the draw. Make sure, can you get the times relatively close together? Does your sight picture or your feedback from the gun present itself the same no matter what? Theoretically, it should, because from here to here, nothing has changed. It's just here to here, here to here, all of those things. So I really want people to understand when you get wrapped up around the axle on one piece of data or one piece of the frame of what you're trying to do, especially as it pertains to like motor kind of task, you're really creating a problem within your processes to be good at all of them because you're kind of tying your hitch to something without saying, hey, I can move my hands in wherever I want, deep in my pockets, picking up potato sacks, whatever, and still be able to draw my gun effectively within reason, and get an effective shot on target. So that's it for today, guys. I hope that helps. I will see you next time.